That's amazing. Yes.
That was really smooth.
He called you. He's done it so many times, bro. He's done it. He's the fucking Burt Kreischer of Indiana, bro.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, wow.
Did you guys watch his new special?
Fuck
Not
yeah. It was hilarious. Hey, big boy. That shit
Yeah.
had me dying.
I just watched Tom Segura's new one that came out recently
love that guy.
too.
I'll put my
I
shirt on for now.
I spent my trip to and from Kokomo today listening to David Cross's old 2001 shit.
Nice.
Hells yeah.
Uh-oh. Someone was upset.
Thankfully,
Do we
mine
have
are all in
everyone?
bed. Everyone's here. We are about ready to go
Okay.
live.
Is TY still
I
here?
can't believe I'm gonna say this, but Hillary Clinton just tweeted a zinger at Trump that is so fucking funny.
I think I saw it earlier.
She said, "Please do not take medical advice from a man who stared directly into the solar eclipse."
Oh God!
Oh
Why
fuck,
would you
that's
take
good.
medical advice from someone who's like 90% spray tan?
For real. Looking at you, MJF, you fuck.
Michael J. Fox.
MJF.
Did you see
He's a lot of spray
the lieutenant governor that suggested the elderly should be sacrificed?
I did see
tan.
that.
The dude
That
from
was-
Texas, yes.
Makes sense.
Like, what the fuck?
He's like, I'm sure grandparents would sacrifice themselves so that you have a better economy for their grandchildren.
That might be the dumbest shit a person has ever said.
That
the
he's like,
smartest.
that pretty much makes him GOP the guy.
GOP thing.
Yeah, basically.
Hey,
All right,
Brando,
guys. Yeah,
I was just kicking it over to you because I figured you was about ready.
I am ready.
Is
Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
we haven't heard CY in a moment. Is he still on here?
All right. Clickety clack.
Is Tyler on?
Yes.
I see him.
I haven't heard from him momentarily.
I've been letting everyone else talk since I talked for like 15 minutes.
All right, folks. We are live.
Woo! What up?
Hey!
You can't
What do
see
they
me,
see?
but you can hear me.
Hey,
I'm
You're here?
devoid of a.
So this is the first ever Supercast we are attempting. And first time we're doing this, so there's bound to be a couple of issues. We already had issues with people getting into the call. That's why we're about an hour late at this point. But I figured, we could get together, and all of us that are a part of the Journey into Comics Network, and come together, and we can, promote togetherness during the time where we cannot actually be together. And it's something new. We can maybe do something like this sometime in the future. So I guess at first we should just go down and we should introduce everybody. Now there's one person who can't be on call, and that is the one and only Alex Buckles, co-host of Journey to Wrestling.
I'm here. I'm just not in vision.
You're not what you're. Let's see your pictures there. So they're just gonna see a still image of you just staring into the void.
So it's accurate then. Okay, good.
So
share it around.
yeah, so we're gonna go around and we're gonna introduce everybody. I am Brando. I am the host of the Game Addicts podcast and co-host of the OGs on the Journey to Comics Network. And I'm joined here by the Podfather himself, Nate.
What up, everybody? I am so
It's Nate.
fucking jazzed to be here. What is up? All of my friends are here. We're in a group together talking about shit. Also joining us today, welcome back, co-host of the Journey into Comics podcast, the biggest dick swinging motherfucker in the room, Tyler.
All of that, but you have to also throw in the caveat that he's that with the smallest dick in the room. That's me. I'm currently spending my non-quarantine coming up with get-rich-quick schemes and planning my future as a house husband since my wife is in the medical field. And realistically, I'm just gonna lay this out there. I just want to get stoned and make fucking kolaches and beignets
Yeah, motherfucking dope ass beignets
for like the next 20 years. So that's where I'm at.
And
We've
you've
got-
been on
That's
quarantine
crazy.
how long?
We've got my my co-host, which I haven't been on the show with him for a long time, but Dick Blaine Tyner, Dr.
Hey.
Dongo Extreme.
Woo, woo. What up? Podcastrophe.
Hello.
I can feel the 30% on that one.
Dude, for real,
I think
like
that that's the 25.
That's 25.
if Blaine's like pseudo self-introduction that he just gave was a Facebook meme, it would be the memes circulating right now about the Democrats not wanting Americans to have stimulus. Like it was that bad.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
man.
Brr.
Well,
But Dick, maybe Dick should introduce his other co-host for Podcastrophe if
Oh,
he was at all.
he's just the nicest guy on the planet. He's the bestest
Just
guy on
the
the planet.
nicest guy.
Or, no, hold on. He's gonna argue. You can't hear him, but he's gonna argue, and he's gonna argue that he's not, and that there are way more. But let me tell you,
I'm not.
he is one of
True.
the nicest people on the planet. Give it up for Dave Linder.
Oh! You're completely wrong, but thanks.
I will go on the record as saying Dave Linder is the baby Huey of podcasting. He is a teddy bear.
I'll take that as disrespect and fuck off.
Yeah, let's downshift a little bit and let's put some respect on that man's name because Baby Huey's an insult and David Linder is a national treasure.
I
there's
don't
only-
know about that.
There is only 3 national treasures out there. Do you want to know what they are?
National
Well,
Treasure 1, National
Dave-
Treasure 2.
Dave Linder, Sarah Van Lanningham, and Miss Veronica herself.
Yes.
National treasures, all of them.
Would that be a shout out to Team Mom Wine?
That Team Mom Wine, Team Girl Couch.
Kitchen.
Skitchin.
We got some
Let's-
other people in here too.
Let's
do.
not forget, I
Yes, we
was
do.
getting there. We're going to introduce the coolest guy on Tuesday nights of the Journey into Comics Network. Welcome to the Supercast, the one, the only, Andrew Poor, Mr. AP of Poor 360. How you doing, my dude?
I am doing great. How are you guys doing? This is my day. You're all just encroaching on my day. What the hell?
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, I just
That podcast already came out. You already had your time.
I just want to point something out too. Like we're all here for the Supercast. We're all doing our thing. Like this is the most quiet that I've ever heard AP's voice. Like normally 5
Shots
minutes into
fired.
a podcast with AP, my ears are bleeding. Like just because it's no disrespect. It's just your voice, man. It hurt.
Naturally varies.
Oh,
I am sorry. But yeah, I am
like-
definitely more chill these days, I guess.
It's
I
like,
don't know. Give me in a
hey-
room. Who knows?
it was like, hey guys, let's do the end game review before LaFiCon. That way we don't spoil shit. And AP is like, hey, did you know that Tony Stark fucking died?
Hey, I know how to clear a room. I'm just saying. I can do it.
Yeah, you do.
You weren't going to have laughing kind of employees approving you.
You know what I really aspire to be? Like just to throw a quick tangent out here. Like I don't aspire to be a like a person or like a fictional character. I aspire to be Doug Dimmadome's hat.
It would fit perfectly on your head.
And
Well,
and some would say, Tyler, why do you aspire to be someone's hat? Well, the hat is taller than I am. That's
Okay.
where I'm at in 2020. The world is on fire. People are dying. I still have to pay bullshit bills, and there is a cartoon hat that is freakishly tall.
You've been on quarantine for what, 3 days now, and you want to be hot?
I haven't been quarantined at all. I'm essential.
Hey, we're all
Say-
here. Oh God.
The first time in my life I'm ascending.
It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling knowing that you're going to be like us. You're thrown into the fire first.
Goddamn.
Oh my god.
I just looked up onto the screen to see AP's cat's asshole. Just
Yep.
like,
Hashtag release the butthole cut.
I gotta get a
yes.
And Tyler,
Challenge accepted.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
We lost Tyler.
I'm crying. I'm laughing so hard. Goddamn.
I'm pretty sure he
Oh,
said
this
he's
is
gonna go
great.
get the pug, and I fear, I fear for us all for what we're about to see.
Pug asshole?
Don't insult you.
Oh
so
no.
oh no.
I'm scared.
You know, I about
Gonna see
ruined.
some pug balls.
I about ruined Tyler's day when someone photoshopped pug faces onto the Ewoks, and I about sent that to him. he would have been working and yelled so loud he probably would have been electrocuted because he snipped the wrong wire.
You know, honestly, when we went to C2E2, me, TY, and Nate,
No,
I think the happiest on Tyler was the artist that drew pug superheroes.
Yeah, that was fucking cool as shit.
okay, so I thought Tyler was
took-
coming back with a pug, but he came back with a Pop Tart.
Fuck yeah.
No, not the Pop Tart.
It's a piece
So
of
when
cheese.
Oh, okay, piece of cheese. Okay. It looked like a Pop Tart from my vantage point.
When Tyler used to work at Subaru, he would send me on his first break a Snapchat video of him eating a Pop Tart just to piss me off.
Mhm.
Because you couldn't have a Pop Tart?
No, because it would load and load and load, and my signal was so shit. It would load and drain
Like
the worst.
legitimately, I will show you all the video that I would send Blaine every day. Imagine there's a Pop Tart in my hand.
Yep.
Like
And he'd usually be right beside me
Every day. Every day.
every single day. First break.
Every day for a while. Hey man. Clint
Because-
Chase
yeah.
bought me a gigantic case of Pop Tarts.
Not all heroes.
That's
wear
awesome.
capes.
No, I missed that case of Pop Tarts.
Favorite flavor of Pop Tart? Tyler, first go.
Wild berry. Wild berry. Wild berry.
Dick, favorite Pop Tart flavor? Go.
Pretty torn between s'more and Oreo or cookies
Okay.
and cream.
Okay. S'more, Oreo, or cookies and cream. Shit, that's three
Well,
choices.
cookies and cream is Oreo. It's the same thing.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, fair point. Dave.
Whatever I can shove in my fat face.
Cool. Fucking love that
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
AP, you're up next, dog.
Chocolate.
Also-
Sure. Have you guys had those pretzel
Classic.
chocolate ones? Those are good.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that on tomorrow's.
Yes,
well, I don't know
they're
if it's on air, but foodies, yeah. Brando, what about you, my dude? Favorite Pop Tizzle Tart?
Well, consider.
Sounds so disappointed that it got to him.
Yeah, he's like been thinking about it for an hour.
I don't want to answer this.
All right, so my son Wyatt, it's all we have in the house is s'mores Pop Tarts. So while I did love them, I no longer really have a fascination for them. But the cookie dough one is really good.
There's a cookie dough one.
Yeah.
Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. No,
I'm
no, hold on.
a
Poor
scope.
TV. I will find this.
Buckles, Pop Tart, go.
S'mores, I would say hands down. Second place would be probably the frosted strawberry.
Oh, classic.
That said, I will also say the worst.
That is a
probably
classic.
Root beer is the worst.
Oh, the
Is it
orange
root beer?
crush one. I tried that one in the root beer. They were awful.
Garbage. That is also hot garbage.
Oh man.
What about the Pop Tarts that are not iced?
Why would you do that to yourself?
That is a sin against nature, as far as I'm concerned.
People want that.
All right, so my wife takes those unfrosted ones and melts butter on top of them.
Okay, that I can see, but I'm just saying, you crack open your like emergency space blanket package of Pop Tarts. I keep mine together and I scotch tape them together just in case I'm ever caught like outside in a blizzard. And you look at that Mojave Desert looking fucking rectangle of death, and you're like, man, I want this thing to fuck my mouth up. And you take a big bite, and it's like, I love chewing on dirt. Cardboard flavored dirt.
So you're saying you don't like them?
Like, why would you eat an unfrosted Pop-Tart? Like, why would you even make that?
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
So, first of all, I am team frost the entire top of the fucking Pop-Tart to begin
Damn
with.
straight, yes.
Get rid of. I eat them, but get rid of the crust shit. Who needs crust on a Pop-Tart?
I want edge to edge. Give me edge to edge, damn
Edge to edge. I want a fucking infinity Pop-Tart.
I need a foot long. Give me a foot long.
I want fucking icing drizzling down the sides of that bitch. I am very, very. Everyone knows me like as far as food goes, as cuisine. Like, I'm not super picky about things that I won't eat. I'm very picky. I'm very particular about things that I do eat. In specific subsects. So Pop-Tarts, I fucking love Pop-Tarts, but I will only eat 2 Pop-Tarts. Wild berry or cherry fucking Pop-Tarts. Get that strawberry garbage out of here, because it's the same filling that's in the cherry Pop-Tart with less icing on it. It's the same.
I'm still picturing what a foot-long, icing-covered, like, edge-to-edge Pop-Tart would look like.
Yeah.
And all I'm seeing is a box of Wilford Brimley on it.
Dude, so we're all
on the topic of foods that you enjoy and don't enjoy, can I get your opinion on Butterfinger?
Oh no.
Shit.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
It's
The
better
box.
now.
Did
It
you
has been opened.
Do you guys remember me sending a picture to the group chat a while ago? I was scrolling through Facebook, and you know how they'll show you pages that your friends like, right?
Oh yeah.
It's like,
oh, yeah.
and it said Tyler McLaughlin likes Butterfinger, and I'm like, oh, that hit home. I gotta share this.
So for anyone that doesn't know the chronicles of the most delicious candy bar to ever grace the face of this earth, it essentially it was taken from us, and those bastards at Ferrero Rocher thought that we would improve and make we would take the Beyond Burger and make it we're gonna make the Beyond Burger filling what's inside of a Butterfinger, and you have something that is essentially untouchable when, like, legitimately the ingredients of a Butterfinger were cornflakes, chocolate, and fucking sugar. Like, that is your ingredients there. Let's not fuck it up, because it's pretty good the way it is. And they ruined it. And for 6 months after they changed the recipe, I commented on the Butterfinger Facebook page to, like, basically give their CEOs death threats and shit. And I never heard back from them. But yeah, so pretty sad. What I was gonna say though is, I brought up beignets. Beignets have a very, very special place in my heart as far as the French breakfast donut goes. We're all supposed to, or we all should be supporting local businesses and not fast food chains and whatnot.
Mhm.
Friday night, Skylar and I ordered takeout from the 6th Street Dive, one of our favorite like dive bars to eat at.
Very
And
quality.
I got a fucking order of beignets with all the other shit that I ordered, which was a lot. And after there's 6 beignets in an order, after my 5th beignet, I realized that what I was consuming tasted exactly like a raspberry toaster strudel.
Nice.
Nice.
So if you're ever craving beignets real bad, like I do, like Monday through Thursday,
Toaster strudel?
I love crust beignets.
just get you a box of fucking raspberry toaster strudels and shove them things down 2 at a time.
I like we're just talking about
yeah.
breakfast food. It's great.
Hey.
You know what? Brown
there's
sugar Pop Tarts are also good.
Yes, they are.
That's my flavor. Brown sugar cinnamon Pop Tarts. That's my jam. That's my one.
We
That's the
forgot.
good
one.
I'm
the
sorry.
one.
That was
We forgot about Nate. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
What about Nate?
Easily
the one
forgotten. I get it. It's cool.
Nate's been waiting to tell us his favorite Pop Tart
Well,
flavor.
his Pop Tart flavor is easily forgotten about because it's trash.
Oh shit!
Oh,
So, Tyler, do you personally think that what we're going through right now across the entire world is our punishment for taking away the original Butterfinger that we have angered the candy bar gods, and they're like,
What?
you will have a plague of death upon you for taking away the original Butterfinger. You laid a finger on it, damn it! Now we're gonna take your fingers away.
Well, and I think I'd like to get Blaine in on this too, because what I really think is happening is much like the story of American Gods, we have basically willed into existence a whole new pantheon of gods, and Butterfinger was one of them. We laid a finger on it, and between Butterfinger and the gods of pizza, the reckoning has come. Papa John warned us of this. Blaine,
The day of reckoning is upon us.
You didn't let
talk to him, Blaine. The day of
Oh my
reckoning is
gosh.
upon us.
It is upon us, and we doubted him. We even said he was a liar when he claimed to eat 40 pizzas in the last 30 days. or his
We
last
condemned
30 days.
him.
And yeah,
Yep,
he's now
it's
laughing.
true.
Poppy Wad is laughing. And that is all. That is all I have to say.
Yeah.
So unfortunately,
Thank God. I mean, what?
unfortunately, we lost Andrew.
He's a
Yeah.
green.
I saw that.
I'm not sure whether to be like whether my dad just doesn't understand technology or to be really concerned. But he left. He tried calling me during the podcast right here, and of course I'm like, hey,
I think he may be back.
well, yeah, he's back now. Welcome back, Andrew. But my dad left
How'd
me
you
a
get a beer?
Oh, there you go. He left me a 4-minute voicemail.
Holy shit, that's a dissertation, bro. He left you a dissertation.
So one of two things happen. Like, I'm gonna listen to it, and I'm just gonna hear him mumbling and grumbling with the phone on the table, and just hear him like cussing at the dogs for 4 minutes, or something big's going down.
I
Is
laugh.
this the first?
Clients daily.
I was gonna ask, is it maybe that your dad's gonna talk to you about the coronavirus? Maybe he's like, this might be some serious shit, man. We might need to hunker down.
I've already talked to him, and I've already talked. My dad spent 14 of the first 17 days in a hospital, but he was in and out that entire time for different things.
Oh shit.
So I am actually a little fearful for his well-being because
No shit, man.
like he's like, yep, was in the hospital for 4 days.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, okay, like what happened? He goes, yeah, I didn't know your number. I'm like, Dad, you can get a hold of me. There are ways. You can tell me if you're in the hospital. He goes, yeah, I had pneumonia. That one was a gallbladder, one was his heart. Like I'm like, damn, you're falling apart, old man.
Yeah, just think we're all not far behind him.
I know.
It's true.
We're in our prime right now. We're all just a bunch of sexual tyrannosauruses.
Goddamn right.
Roar. Roar.
All right, we're all sexual tyrannosauruses except Nate.
God damn it.
I saw something
Funnily
today.
enough, I might be the most sexual Tyrannosaurus in here, and that's all I can say about that.
Not with that mojo that I just saw on my webcam.
All Dave's got is tiny arms.
Rawr.
I saw a meme today that said like the coronavirus wiped out the dinosaurs first, and it said cover your sneeze, and the T-Rex is like, I fucking can't.
See why I will have to say I consider myself more of a sexual Pachycephalosaurus, the bonehead one.
Yeah,
Ooh, shit.
Nice. Good call.
they like to ram stuff and hit things.
There we go. Oh, good lord.
Speaking of Pornhub, they are.
Wow, that escalated quickly.
I shared an article.
Yeah, exactly.
That
yeah.
is it.
Yeah. Andrew shared an article where they're making masks and they're not previously used. So like that is really good
Well,
news.
that's a good thing.
Hey, if anyone knows how to be safe,
And they gave away
It's a-
porn.
Yeah, to Italy, like free premium memberships, dude. Like I'd be staying indoors that entire time. I'd have no worries.
like I said, if anyone knows how to be safe, you're looking at porn stars.
They've had a lot of practice.
Yes, they have.
True.
I think they
I think
legally
it's
have to.
They legally have to.
we can't rely on
There are
government.
laws.
We can rely on Pornhub. That's wonderful.
These are crazy times we're living in. They truly are, especially since
Man.
our curmudgeon in chief has
Jonas.
announced. Yes, he is announcing that we're going back to work around Easter.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
why?
I said this to you, Brando, off air, or maybe we talked about this on the OGs, or fuck, I don't remember. I podcasted a lot in this quarantine time. My recollection's not good, but anyways, we're talking about it, and I said, he can say that till he's blue in the face. It's ultimately going to be up to governors what they want their states to do in this time, in this crisis, because it's not smart. China has a second wave of it outbreaking because of tourists. They're getting another wave of coronavirus that's again mutating. That's the dangerous part, guys. It's changing constantly. That's it fucking sucks, man. This whole thing is just bullshit. We live on planet bullshit right now.
It's
But
corny.
the planet
Yeah.
is healing, though.
Yeah, no, and
The
that's
planet-
cool too to see like all the animals and stuff come out, and you're very Captain America of you, thinking about everything with the glass half full. If you keep doing that, I'm gonna hit you in the face with the peanut butter sandwich. But
I keep the post credits for Godzilla King of the Monsters. For those of you who have seen it, where they talk about the kaiju stampeding across the world and they're in
The
their wake
radiation.
leading. Yes. God damn it! I don't have to watch that movie again.
Are
I
they
love that
still
fucking
filming the new one? Or are they done with that now?
I
Should be done.
believe it's done filming. Yeah. It's supposed to come out like June or July. I want to say.
Like,
That's not
It's not coming out until the fall now.
Is it now?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
still need to
that's right.
watch all of them.
I want a trailer to be hyped on.
The first one's not bad by any stretch. It's not great, but the second one I fucking loved.
Now, let me talk to you about the first one.
Sure.
So the first movie, a lot of people.
Hey, Blaine,
Hey, what? Hi.
don't you fucking do it.
Say his name.
yeah, don't spoil these movies, bro.
Don't you do it to me right now. My
I'll
kid.
cut you.
What?
Anyway, go ahead. You know
Oh,
what
okay.
I'm saying.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Brian,
first
don't
movie-
spoil
Brian
the
fucking
shit, bro.
Cranston.
Oh no! I ain't going there. Because I thoroughly enjoy the first Godzilla movie. Although I was disappointed at the lack of Bryan Cranston. But
He was in at least.
his character was a giant disappointment in that movie.
Like he is.
So
in real
that
life.
movie, it's less about like the rock'em sock'em fucking kaiju, and it's more about the human response to it. They treat it like it's a natural disaster movie.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey, like
it's
we're
not-
experiencing right now.
Yeah, it's like the day after tomorrow.
Pretty
But
close.
fucking monsters.
Yes,
I
very
love
much
that
so.
movie. It's such a good movie.
And that's my TED Talk.
I mean, honestly, it's like I said, it's not great. There's too much focus on what the hell is his name? The guy that played Quicksilver, the main character.
Oh, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yes. He's just not really relatable in the entire movie. Like it's just his reacting.
No,
to
not
everything.
really. But you know, there's a lot of Garrett Edwards did such a great job in showing the scale of things. Like every shot he had was just like perfect in describing
the whole last third of the movie.
Is this the biggest Godzilla that we've had?
Yes.
Well, aside from the Netflix Godzilla anime, that's considered the biggest.
The half planet size. Yeah.
How big's the one that was in like the one in New York, like in like 2000 or something?
1998.
97.
That was terrible.
98.
The Matthew Broderick one.
That is not a good movie at all, but I fucking love it. It's cheesy as shit. It's fun.
Same girl, same.
Terrible.
I remember loving it when I first saw it, but I was also like 8 years old, so I don't know how I feel.
I love the fact that Matthew Broderick, who is your quintessential 80s, 90s protagonist, spends half the movie wearing a backwards Kangol hat and taking pictures with a disposable Kodak camera. It is the fucking 90s. Hank Azaria is in that goddamn movie.
Yep.
I love Hank Azaria.
Like, it's unappreciated for what it is, but what it is still garbage.
Absolutely.
I just remember Godzilla eating like a taxi cab, and I was like, "Oh, this is interesting."
Fuck, it's got Jean Reno in it, by God.
A lot of fish.
There's some decent acting in there. Like, when you got Leon the Professional, you're still going pretty strong.
I remember the Taco Bell commercials that went with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they had the Taco Bell dog.
Oh shit, I remember
We're
too.
gonna need a big arcade.
Whatever happened to the Taco Bell dog?
He died.
It was culturally insensitive.
He died.
I'm pretty sure they chopped him up and served him in along with their.
Pretty sure he's a burrito at the moment, or was.
Oh, we lost Nate.
He'll be back.
Lost Nate.
Only the strong
I'm right
survive.
here. I'm not gone forever. I'm not dead.
He was blitzed.
Yay!
Is he just the Tony Stark of the?
But now Brando is probably fucked because he can't edit me in or something.
Well, no, like what it does is that when you guys drop out, you guys will now move. So Nate, you were on the bottom in the middle because you moved earlier, and now you and Blandon have just swapped spots. Like,
nice.
I've got the live feed up right now, and
Sweet.
it works.
It's
It looks
funny
pretty sweet,
because
Brandon.
Yeah,
It's looking good.
props to Brando for sure. This is an awesome setup, dude. I love how
Is there anyone watching us right now?
4 people.
oh, down from
We had
7.
a lot more.
Yeah.
We're up
Is
at
one of them Dick?
11. Yeah, I am one of them.
3 people.
Yeah, no, we had some people in here earlier. This is the first time that we're trying to do anything like this. This is a little bit, challenging from a technical standpoint, and but we face those challenges, and we're here. We're all here together. We're here to have a good time and put some smiles on some of our listeners' faces, and to just promote togetherness, because we all need to band together. Just like I saw Tyler post earlier today that he hates Lafayette with a passion, but he's seen more togetherness in that town in the last few weeks than that he's ever seen, and we do really need to be like that, because this doesn't just affect people in the bigger cities. This affects everybody, every single person. People who are out of work, people who can't work right now, people who are who had to file for unemployment, places had to shut down. All of you guys who are essential out there still working, please be safe. Please be safe, and stay healthy, and I just can't say
wash
how much
your fucking hands.
But I can't say
Yes.
how much I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for
thank you.
For going out there and for basically, I mean, you guys are the front line. You guys are the front line, and like,
I think Dave and I probably have a unique view on that, just based on where we work at.
Yeah.
Talk about it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we both work for the food bank out of Lafayette, and Dave works in the warehouse. I work as one of the program directors. And Dave, I don't know, you haven't been doing a whole lot of routes to my knowledge, but you guys have seen a lot of volunteers coming in.
Yes, we haven't done a ton of routes, but there's been a bunch of volunteers packing boxes and stuff for the food pantry, which is super cool.
I know. Didn't we pack there was something like 2,300 bags packed on Friday alone? I think it was
Yeah.
something like that. Binghamton posted that. I know. Just alone today, I was in Kokomo doing a mobile pantry, and we had 180 families show up in the span of about an hour and a half. We're typically seeing over 150 families per event that we're giving out to in the last week, and that number is going to spike. I know we've been doing at our pantry in Lafayette, close to 500 people a day. Like those are families coming in to pick up food from us, and we can't do that without having volunteers. So seeing volunteers who are in a way defying the stay-at-home order to come volunteer and help out is pretty goddamn cool in its own way.
Yeah.
I made a comment to a friend of mine earlier that the volunteers I had at my event today were primarily like in their 50s, like late 40s, early 50s, somewhere in there, and all of them, it was kicking my shit around to see them doing like elbow bumps and shit, like just as being a good community. Everybody, telling everyone, hope you stay safe, be careful. Somebody comes and picks up food, have a good day. Hope you guys stay safe. Like, for all the shit you hear about, like the toilet paper hoarding and the people getting into fights over stupid shit, there is a sense of community going around with a lot of these towns too.
Very true.
It is.
Well, it's times like these that challenges like what we're going through can bring out the best in us or the worst of us. And it really warms my heart to hear these stories. I hear all these people that are volunteering, that are going out there,
right.
Because you know what, we need people like that. We need people like you guys out there, and helping to provide for these families that are in lesser, or like that are in need or worse situations. So like, thank you guys so much.
I've had
No problem. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I've had people contact me on Facebook wanting to know how to volunteer. Hey, TY, I know you said something about, hey, if they're on furlough, we'll do it. That's the kind of shit I see a lot, and that's awesome.
Well, one of the important things that we as a community, as a society of people need to remember is, I'm sure all of us in our adult life have heard, kind of the cheesy saying, we've seen it on Facebook where we're always 3 months away from being homeless, but we're never 3 months away from being a millionaire. This,
right,
an event of this magnitude is affecting everyone worldwide. And, in our lifetime, we've seen Hurricane Katrina and earthquakes and tsunamis and all these natural disasters that always affect somebody far away. I remember shortly after the tornado smoked Joplin, I drove through Joplin, I think 2 days after it got smoked, and they took literal years for that community to recover from a disaster like that, and now this is on a worldwide scale. So it's and I've been doing something that I normally don't, or I normally try not to do, and I've been arguing with people on Facebook a lot the last couple of days. But we have no incentive to defend corporations. We have no incentive to not band together as a species and lift everybody up together to make it through this, because one of the arguments that I would like to make for anyone that is defending that billionaire that you'll never meet in your lifetime is question one: are they a member of society? Yes or no? It's very simple.
No.
They either are or they are not. If they are not, then get the fuck out, basically. But if they consider themselves a member of society, then it's their civic duty to make sure that we as a species continue. So
this morning
it's all of our responsibilities together.
Here's my favorite thing. I gotta throw this in here really quickly. My favorite thing is you see the memes on Facebook or the headlines from the news and whatnot. We are on the brink of a global economic recession. Okay, you guys have all heard that, right?
Yep,
everybody.
global.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So let me ask one question. If you guys can answer this one question, then I will literally quit podcasting for the rest of my life. Global economic recession. To whom does the globe owe money? Who are we in debt to that we as a whole can't say, hey, let's just restructure how this all works. Let's look at it a different way now. There's no reason. If it's gonna fuck everybody, if it's gonna fuck Italy and China and Japan and America, let's band together and change the way we deal with things, because this is the time, as Tyler said, to look at us as humankind, not as we're Americans, you're whatever the fuck, and you're whatever the fuck, and I don't, like you because of X, Y, or Z. That doesn't matter. If those humans cease to exist, we will inevitably cease to exist. It all trickles down. It's
Right.
all doom and gloom,
It
So
would help if
honestly,
our president stopped calling the virus the China virus. That might help.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Help.
We just need to collectively just pause everything. Like, let everyone get back on their feet and then hit the start button again.
and okay, if that doesn't happen, right, AP, if hitting the reset button doesn't happen after we hit the pause doesn't happen, when do the guillotines start coming out? Like, really, folks, I'm asking this as a genuine question. When as society do we go enough is enough, and politicians shouldn't control whether we're going to be allowed to live or not? Because that's what it's coming down to. They're going to make decisions.
As
Well,
as an American society, we don't have the nuts.
French Revolution, baby.
We don't have the nuts.
We're not French.
No. We wouldn't do it. We probably wouldn't use the
We have
guillotine either.
people in countries that still support them blindly.
Well, it's funny because I read just last night about how he projects it and wants to get us back to work, he being the president, by Easter or around Easter. And then it's funny that you start seeing all these other guys like the zeitgeist around the Republican Party or Conservative Party start echoing those sentiments. And it's like, you know what? Yes, the grandparents need to sacrifice, and if they need to die to protect the economy, then so be it. And no, I'm not for that, man. I'm actually, just like I said, I don't know if my dad's all right. He left me a 4-minute voicemail. He could just be over there cussing at the dog. I don't know. But the thing is that he's over 60. My mom's over 60. Do they deserve to die just because the economy is suffering? Well, newsflash, the economy is going to suffer because this is everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere.
Right.
No one's going out and spending money right now unless it's on essential things and groceries and things that we need to make sure that we can survive. This is something I thought of the other day. This has been the most not lackluster winter ever. I think winter has started just a few weeks ago, or like a month ago, like a month and a half ago in China. I think this is the winter, not a temperature or a snow forecast of winter, but literally we are snowed in at the moment, and only those who are essential are supposed to be out.
I legit also had a blizzard on like Saturday or Sunday. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So we had
That happened.
here, yeah.
Here's some points that I've focused on at least the last couple of days. If basically if the airlines, the cruise lines, and the tourism industry want to be bailed out by the government, what priority does the cruise liners? What priority do they hold over being bailed out than me, or you, or Dave, or anybody? Like, we pay taxes just like everybody else. The cruise line industry doesn't fucking pay taxes. The airline industry doesn't pay fucking taxes. Like, we pay the taxes. They don't. We should take priority. And you know what? If the airline industries are gonna fail, good, because then maybe it won't cost fucking $700 to fly from here to Indianapolis.
Bingo.
Yep.
That's true.
I find it pretty interesting that a lot of these cruise liners that are getting tax breaks, almost none of them fly the American flag.
Yeah, they all fly foreign flags, so they don't have to pay tax.
Doesn't
Bahamian,
Disney fly like the Panama flag or the Jamaican flag or something?
Something like that.
Panamanian, Bahamian,
Yeah.
a couple others, yeah. But they suddenly need our
If you don't rep U.S. colors, you can't get their money. Like, come on.
Right.
And
You
also
would
prevent
think, yeah.
stock buyback. That should be a big thing.
Absolutely.
That's ridiculous. That is absolutely insane.
Especially now that we've gotten the word that a certain sect of our government was like, "Hey, did you hear about this coronavirus thing? Yeah, let's liquidate everything and come out of this on top."
Sell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like What the fuck, man? We elected those people to work for us, and they are fucking.
Yeah.
The
So
thing is, Nate's got a valid point because the only way you're going to disrupt the system at this point is revolution because the system will self-correct too much otherwise.
Thank you.
The system does have a
That's
self-preservation
fact,
built
man.
into it.
these motherfuckers sold their shit and then went on to Twitter and shit and was like, everything's fine. It's going to be fine. Everything's great. Keep doing what you're doing.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we
but
call
everybody- but
insider
everybody's-
trading, by the way, in case you're missing.
Everybody's targeting
what.
the one Democrat that did it. I've noticed
Well,
that.
yeah,
Everybody's
Diana
targeting-
Feinstein. She should
Yeah.
be targeted, but so should the other Republicans who
Oh,
did it, which
absolutely.
were
Right.
But she's
a
not the
part
one.
of the
She
problem.
didn't go onto her platform and say everything's fine. She just continued to say, "Hey, we're helping with relief funds and all this. Like, stay inside. Shit's getting shitty."
Can we talk about Rand Paul for a minute?
Yeah,
Yes.
motherfucking
Let's do
karma, motherfucker.
Also, the fact that he didn't quarantine himself. He's like, I didn't think I had it, so I just went about my business for like a week.
Hey,
Uh,
let's
Jesus.
not throw karma shade at Rand Paul because he might have single-handedly nuked part of the government that we want out of there anyway.
You're goddamn right.
He might be sacrificing himself for us
That's
to
true.
have a better
That's a
future.
good point.
He
I
might
will
be
say
the
this.
Randy. He might be the Randy Quaid from Independence Day that
Yes.
we all need.
Oh, yeah.
Yours, you know.
As long as he stays away from his dad, I'm fine. No.
Okay.
What I would love to see come out of this, I would pay every dollar I own, every dollar that I have made, and every dollar that I will make to watch someone go up and just lick Mitch McConnell in the face.
Oh my god.
Across the mini chins.
Fuck
The
freak.
many.
All right. So, like, because of Rand Paul, Mitt Romney and a few others have gone into isolation. Did you see what, like, when they asked?
Did you see Trump's response?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. They asked them, like, because they were asking about the possibility of these senators being allowed to vote remotely because of how important, the important stimulus package and everything. And he's like, oh, Mitt Romney's isolation? Gee, that's
gee.
too bad. And I'm
Yeah. And then the guy asked, "Was that sarcasm?" He goes, "Nope, wasn't sarcasm."
was it today or yesterday? They're like, "Has the first lady been tested?" And he went, "Yeah."
Yeah.
It's like a long pause. She hasn't been tested.
I get a.
He was probably like,
Hey,
Didn't Pence and his wife get tested too?
I know
yeah,
Pence has.
Pence did.
Melania
it made
wishes she could be here.
Channel
Got
18
tested.
fucking bulletin. I get a Channel 18 bulletin. Mike Pence and his wife both tested negative. I'm like, A, that's depressing as shit to hear that they tested negative for one. But, why is that fucking news? I don't care. Tell me that you have more tests here. I don't give a shit whether he got one. I need 3 million here in this state. Fuck him.
Right.
You know that
Yep.
Melania was up there while he was giving the speech, and he's like, "Melania was tested. She wishes she could be here, but she sends her best." And meanwhile, she's standing right behind him, like, "What is going on? Like, I'm right here."
I feel so bad for Dr. Fauci.
Fauci.
The doctor
Fauci,
who
yeah.
literally has to break his own rule of not touching his face because of the dumb shit that rolls out of the president's mouth. He's like, "Oh my god! Oh, get me out of this world!" Oh.
He had a direct quote. There was a direct quote of him saying that he cannot physically jump in front of the microphone every time he talks. Like, please fucking do.
Please do, yeah, just once.
Like,
What?
don't use anti-malaria drugs. It will not help you.
So here's the
Yeah,
issue,
no.
though. Here's the issue.
Have
though,
you seen
guys.
two people die already? There was a news. Sorry, the anti-malaria drug. Some fucking hilljack decided or saw that the ingredients list was the same as something he had sitting on his shelf. It was to treat the bacteria for his koi fish. So he and his wife both did it, and he died. His wife.
Didn't he die? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
It's by Darwinism, but fucking with an assist from Trump.
Don't
Right.
Well, they were directly quoted as saying that they heard Trump say that specific ingredient helped cure it, and that's what they had been testing before. So they fucking mixed it with water and fucking had sleepy juice. Time for sleepy juice. Might not wake up.
Jim Jones Kool-Aid.
Special.
What I was gonna say about Fauci though is that so him saying that him saying I can't just go up and push him out of the way of the microphone. Reminder that he can be replaced and fired by Trump.
Yeah,
So,
that's
oh,
true.
so Fauci feels
Or not replaced.
well. But
Like all the other people he fired and didn't replace, and that's why we're in this fucking situation.
well, right. But like if he pisses off the president, he could literally be fired. Whereas he feels like he has an important role to help the American people. If that means he's got to go on after the president and correct him, or basically find a way to say it that where the people get the right information, that's what he's got to deal with. Unfortunately, Trump is the problem, and Fauci, like he's doing. If I believed in him, he's doing God's work because he's out there and he's making sure people are getting the right information. He's going around, and yes, he's contradicting the president, but you literally need to because Trump is hosting a thing every single day, and he's treating it sometimes more like a rally since he can't have rallies.
Right.
Right.
And I still say, like, if he would have handled this in the best way possible, like, did everything straight from the beginning, he probably would have ensured his re-election, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, there was that one time it was like because he started off he was like, oh, this is hoax, this is just like the flu, and it was all that. But then it was that moment where like they got that report, like the one that Tyler shared about how bad this could really get, and they all got super serious for like a day or two. Whereas you saw
2
him
days.
yeah, and I was actually very impressed. It doesn't take a lot to impress me with Trump at all. Like because the bar is so low. But I was
a broken clock is right twice a day.
But I was actually surprised that he wasn't. There was no bravado. There was no thing. It was like this is a serious thing. But
Just calm, cool, and collected.
Yes, and exactly what he needs to be for that role that he's in. And I was actually surprised, but it didn't last. Literally by the end of the week. By the end of the week, it was back to normal, and now we're going back to work around Easter. So
right. You're a nasty reporter. That's a terrible question.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. What do you say to Americans who are afraid? Yeah, you work for Comcast. I don't call him Comcast. I call him Comcast. Now, granted, he is kind of right about that. However, I'm still not going to hang my hat on that one.
Right.
I gotta ask, how bad are you when Bush is better at handling situations like this better than you?
I know, right?
George W. Bush.
That's true.
Did you see the meme with the mission accomplished banner on like the Easter bunny?
Oh.
Oh no! Oh, God, that's terrifying.
We're gonna resurrect America for
man.
Easter this year.
I don't know, the GIF you sent earlier of the tumescent democracy is pretty well up there as well.
Whoa! Hit pause. GIF. It is GIF.
Oh shit!
It is GIF.
There we are.
It is fucking GIF.
Line in the sand.
It is not GIF with Jiffy. It's not GIF. It's GIF. GIF.
I pronounce everything by peanut butter. God damn it!
It was good.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Oh.
Well, guys, we have been live for almost an hour.
Damn, we ain't doing too bad.
Hey, we're not doing too bad, guys. It's been fun. I don't know how long you guys really want to go. It's getting close
As long
to 10.
as you guys want to do.
Well, because I know some of you guys probably have to go to work tomorrow, so I don't want to keep you guys too late.
Unfortunately.
But, I assume maybe we can start wrapping it up about an hour. I just want to say...
Yeah, I gotta work tomorrow too.
Yeah. I'm so happy to have you guys all here to share a laugh and just get our minds, even though we were talking about stuff. Sometimes it's easier to deal with how crazy the world is and what's going on and our stresses when we talk about it. But how awesome it is that we could try to get this to somewhat work. It has kind of worked almost according to plan, but we persevered and it kind of does. And I'm very happy to have you all here.
When I
Hopefully, I
think
can get a disembodied voice next time.
Yeah.
I think one thing that we need to definitely focus on and kind of point out is that it's up to us to provide each other with factual information, and the people that I've been fucking up their ass the last couple of days just hitting the fucking share button when they see a catchy headline, you know, that's wrong and you're perpetuating the problem.
Is your dad one of those?
No, my dad is just a biased individual.
I've really been enjoying your arguments with him.
I've been.
I
Yeah,
have
it's
not.
been fun to be a spectator there.
I haven't enjoyed it.
I've been trying like hell to bite my tongue because I don't want to get into a fucking Facebook war with your dad because he always says shit that I'm just like, come on, bro. You made Tyler. He's such a smart creature. What are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad. And it's more sad that I used to have the same mentality as him.
Sad.
did.
Very sad.
I used to
You
be
live and learn.
a full-blown Republican. I was the smartest Republican there ever was. But
Well,
anyway,
And then you got right.
Growth, right? I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
It's up to us to get through this together. It's
Mhm.
like the government is supposed to help us because I remind everyone again, they work for us. We don't work for them. They work for us.
Right.
We should have the ability to fire them. If an employee not do good, you should be able to get rid of them. And,
No more career politicians. Come on.
Thank you. Yeah.
you know,
Term limits.
I'm pretty sure you spoke the same language that Linder did when he was trying to get his computer to work. How do I make this work?
Dave, no good thing.
Dave, no computer good.
He tried whacking it with he tried whacking it with his mallet. He's like, it don't work.
The files are in the computer.
He tried to shotgun a beer to the computer, but it didn't happen. He fucked it up worse. He's like, here, drink this. It'll help.
Here, let's
Before this.
Despite all the technical issues we've had, we've still been able to tackle all the tough issues. You know, we've been able to talk about things that are very serious and very important to our lives, like Pop Tarts.
Pop Tarts.
Yeah.
Butterfingers,
Yeah.
world domination.
Here's a toast, you guys. If you
Toast. Oh,
if
shit.
if you got beverages of some sorts.
I haven't
see
toast
any
yet.
of
Is it a
I'm
Pepsi?
toast.
Here, whether you have a drink or actual toast, here's a toast.
Nice. Cheers.
Dude, I wish I had some.
What would
toast.
you guys fucking do if I
Honey.
just pulled up a piece of toast right now and was just like,
Are
I
you?
would have had mad
Toast to the top of my lungs.
all the reasons.
But would you put GIF or GIF on a toast?
I'd put Peter Pan on there,
No,
goddammit.
Peter Pan.
With creamy.
The grocery store didn't have peanut butter.
Sure, crunchy.
Ooh.
No.
Okay, let's. Now I gotta talk about this.
let's speak on it. TY.
Jif peanut butter is bottom of the barrel garbage. Like it is the worst peanut butter out there, hands down. No argument. You don't at me because Jif peanut butter is fucking garbage. Peter Pan peanut butter is kind of the dark horse in the peanut butter hierarchy because they've been Peter Pan peanut butter has been out here killing people in the street since like 1994. Like think about
give it to the pole. We know
think
that.
about how many times in our lifetime that I've seen a headline. It's like, oh fuck, more people got listeria from eating fucking Peter Pan. I think I want to get the 10 fucking gallon vat from Walmart of Peter Pan peanut butter.
Yep.
So then, okay, it's middle of the road. It's killing people, but it's still delicious. I got some crunchy in my fucking pantry right now. Skippy peanut butter
Same,
is
dog,
the
same.
fucking crown
There you go.
jewel. It's the sweetest. It's the creamiest. It's the nuttiest. It's got all the things that plants crave.
I consider myself a foodie. I love food, and I run a Facebook group on it. I have never seen someone with so much impassioned opinions on food as Tyler McLaughlin.
Dude,
Fact.
if I was running for an office, whether it's fucking county commissioner, mayor, whatever, I would not have as much passion about that as I do like I did just now.
Oh, man. I just buy store brand. I'm sorry.
Great value in event.
He's done.
Tyler just quit because of AP's peanut butter decision.
He's done.
Oh my god, you guys, check it out. It says the video ended.
Okay.
Our live stream just died.
The live stream did die. I've been watching it. The stream died. However, we are still recording. All's good.
Yeah.
So
Hey.
it's all good. You know, the great people of Facebook are no longer watching us live, but they'll get to see it because this is going to go live. I'll make sure that the full video goes up on Facebook as well as YouTube, and of course the audio, our crazy audio is going to go up everywhere as well. So now that we've been here for about an hour, I think it's about time that we wrapped it up. We did the toast and we had an argument about peanut butter. So what I will say is
We didn't
have what? What?
didn't have toast.
Oh, we didn't have toast.
Yeah, we didn't have time.
We drank. We didn't toast anything.
No. Well, no. The toast was to all you guys, and for all coming together. You know, like it was a toast to us. It was a toast to all our listeners and to everybody being safe. And once again, thank you guys for trying out this crazy experiment. We'll have to try it again sometime, especially if the quarantine continues on and we can make time to do it. And you know what? If the quarantine ends around Easter, like I said, maybe we could try and find some other time that we could do some other stuff like this as well. Now that we know that there are some ways to make this happen.
They're awesome.
Hell yeah, man.
I agree. This is fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think this is definitely something that we should continue, especially as much as we interact on a daily basis with all of our group chats and whatnot. There's no
All of
reason.
them.
All of them. There's no reason that once a month we can't get together and do something like this.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
I agree.
I'm down. Well, Nate, do you want to bring us home?
I think that's gonna do it for this episode of all the different shows it's gonna be streaming on. I know this is probably gonna be JIC 289, so that'll be fun. We're gonna have maybe on Podcastrophy's feed, Dick, if Dick wants to. It might end up on Game Addicts if Brandon's feeling saucy. I know that is a dedicated page that has only had Game Addicts content, but we'll see where it goes. Folks, thank you guys so much for. What's up?
We can post it tomorrow. There's no JIW. Take the slot.
We've got foodies tomorrow, my friend. Foodies.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, come on.
Watch
Yeah,
the schedule.
Come the fuck
Fucking
on.
amateur.
Yeah,
Amateur.
come on.
Come on.
What a network newbie.
But
You know what?
Friday's got nothing.
You know what? The fucking tribe has spoken. You're out of here, pal.
Oh.
You're gone. You're gone.
Reality, not on speaking terms. Okay, I have no connection to reality or life at this point, and I will just continue barreling into the wall.
It's okay. He's a disembodied voice. He can just stay there.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yes, I'm the voice inside Tyler's head right now.
Tyler just
God.
won't realize it until after the live stream ends, and he just still hears Buckles.
He's gonna go to the cabinet for like a midnight snack,
Mhm.
and all you're gonna hear is my voice going, "Do it, get
Do
the
it.
Pop Tart, put peanut butter on the Pop Tart."
Do it.
Put that GIF on the Pop Tart.
Oh
Or
no.
Tyler's taking his morning piss, and all of a sudden he's like, "What the fuck's a Danhausen? What?"
No swearing.
No swearing. You're right. No swearing. I totally
Swearing.
effed that up.
That
But
video-
anyways,
that
folks,
video-
You know what,
Almost
Nate?
like
You know what, Nate? You're out of here, pal. The tribe has spoken. You're outta here.
is this Survivor? I quit.
Yes.
Take the
Come
banner
on.
down, Nate. It's over.
Nate
I
got
don't
the
even give a
guillotine.
heck.
I can't tell if Nate really froze or if he just. Okay, there you are.
He's back.
Anyways, folks, thank you so much for checking out this amazing Journey into Comics Network Supercast featuring all of the amazing talent on the Journey into Comics Network that could be here today. We do hope that we can get more folks in here the next time we do it.
Mhm.
I want to thank Brando, Tyler, AP, Dick, Dave, and Buckles for joining me on this Supercast. And I think that's going to do it for this very special episode. I don't know how we're going to do this, but I'm Nate.
I'm Brando.
I'm AP.
Buckles.
I'm Dave.
I'm TY.
And we will see you folks later. Pop your caps back and fill your brains with shit. Later, everybody.
Yay!
Bye.